Central State Hospital is nestled in over 300 acres of beauty and nature. We are guided daily by our vision of the continuous pursuit of excellence and our mission and values to support individuals living with serious mental illness.
Our mission is to support the wellness and safety of individuals and their communities across the Commonwealth. And there is so much contained in that. Obviously, we're treating mental illness, so that's a big part of what we do, and we help people get well. But we're not just interested in stabilizing people psychiatrically. We're interested in supporting them toward wellness as whole individuals. So health and wellness, which are also part of our value system, go far beyond just treating symptoms of mental illness. And when we talk about keeping people safe and well, we're also reflecting the fact that we have here the only maximum security treatment unit in the Commonwealth. So we're not just keeping people safe during a time of extraordinary need in their lives, we're also keeping their communities safe. We do work with some of the most challenging individuals in the Commonwealth. There is absolutely no question that we see challenging behaviors here. So our staff are experts in looking at those behaviors, deciding what are the safest ways to interact and support our patients while they're getting better. And we learn more from every new patient who comes in, which gives us an opportunity to continue to refine what we can offer to our patients. Mental health is an area which is constantly changing, and so one of our mottos is in mental health, if you are not constantly changing, that means you're falling behind. So we need to continually examine our processes, continually up our game in order to ensure that we're providing the best possible treatment to our patients.
And with change comes the opportunity for new treatment values and practices. At Central State Hospital, we recognize the sense of overwhelm that is experienced by the vulnerable individuals in our care.
When patients are admitted to a psychiatric facility, especially a state facility, by the time they get here, they've been through a lot. Not only are they in psychiatric crisis and need help, but the system that they have to go through to get here is very stressful. By the time patients get here, they've been through a really traumatic process. Not only is the process of being hospitalized against your will traumatic, but having to go through the pre-screening process and be transported by law enforcement is incredibly traumatic. So by the time they get to the wards or even the admission suite, they're scared, hungry, angry. A lot of times they're confused about the process. So like any of us, if they don't know what's going to happen to them, that's fearful as well. And so being really patient with them and just remembering the basic needs people need. They need to feel safe and they need to have their basic needs met, to sleep and eat and know that they're taken care of.
Individuals adjust to community living in our environment while working to restore mental health and focus on getting well. Staff support individuals to become comfortable and confident by offering an array of treatment options. We meet individuals where they are with a person-centered, trauma-informed, and recovery-oriented approach.
Recovery at Central State Hospital is something that we like to teach people, being very individualized. Everybody needs something different and everybody's recovery journey is different. And remembering that the patients are in charge of their own recovery and supporting them on their path. In their path when they might fail, because everybody has the dignity and the right to fail, and that's how we learn from our mistakes. And knowing that they know what they need, they're experts in their own care, and it's our job to support what they perceive to be their path to recovery.
I think patient engagement is the same as what it means out in the work world. Is somebody engaged in what they're doing? So for our patients, it would be, are you invested in your treatment? Do you want to participate in this treatment? Do you want to get something out of this treatment? And I think that's a pretty significant issue for our folks. I think that for some of them that are disengaged, they tend to have longer stays. And so, trying to figure out how to inspire someone to be all in, that's tough, but important.
So patient engagement is important because it shows their investment in themselves in getting treated for their mental illness, but also to improve pro-social skills and how to communicate in the community and and just showing that they care, they want to get better, they want to contribute to society.
Patients are involved in their treatment planning process from the very beginning. When they are brought in initially, it is presented to them, this is your treatment plan. You need to tell us what you want to work on. And they are, each time that they come to treatment team, they're encouraged to contribute to the treatment planning process. We strive really hard to make it as individualized as possible.
And to piggyback off of that, through the rehab department, we schedule groups that may help them meet objectives, reach their goals. If they have anger issues, maybe pair them up with a coping skills or an anger management class. That way they're getting the treatment they need through those groups and the things that they're interested in as well. So if they like to play guitar, we offer a guitar class kind of as a coping skill to help normalize if they would play guitar in the community. They have the opportunity here as well.
I think that sometimes the individuals, when they first come in, they don't even know what their goals might be. And so having us be patient with them and provide some structure and guidance can be really helpful too.
Treatment groups offer diverse, evidence-based approaches to equip individuals for their recovery and return to the community. Healing begins with healthy connection.
So music is a really big part of our treatment as well. We have some great music therapists. Music touches everyone, from the young to the old, mental illness or not. We all have a connection to music, whether it relates to our traumas or our futures, our goals, or something that we've gone through. And because of the diversity in music, it touches a wide variety of people in a wide variety of situations.
I think we have a lot to be proud of, especially our rehab department for some of the really unique and interesting and educating and fun activities. I think we do a pretty good job. I really do. I'm kind of proud of us for that.
Dance therapy is offered at the hospital and is a form of psychotherapy that uses dance and movement to help individuals work towards social, emotional, cognitive, and behavioral goals. The staff creates a therapeutic environment and culture of safety. This requires seamless teamwork. Despite our best efforts, there are times when a crisis may occur.
Well, during a crisis, you have that rapport that you've built with the patient, especially as techs. We're working on the ward. We have very close interactions. So being able to take time to get to know them, build that rapport, whenever we walk into a situation, especially if it's a crisis, you're able to use that information and that relationship you've built with the patient to really engage them and de-escalate the best possible.
Right, finding some of those tools that work for them so that when they're in that crisis situation, we have tools and stuff to kind of calm them down and bring them from out that crisis point into a more calm point where they're able to focus and get their mind off of whatever it is that's bothering them.
Staff are trained to manage crises. Team members are able to navigate through the event with therapeutic communication and early intervention skills. We support individuals to express feelings and ideas in healthy ways based on shared responsibility, respect and dignity, collaboration, and empowerment.
A lot of things with just that therapeutic communication all together, that therapeutic piece that's 90% of the time it will work. Sometimes it takes a little longer. I tell everybody, be patient. TOFA doesn't always have to put hands on to resolve a situation. I'd rather resolve the situation by talking for 20, 30 minutes and getting through to that person and showing that person that we're there for them and we're there to help them and we're not there to harm them in any way. If talking is going to do that, then I'll talk to them for an hour.
Yes.
We are building a growth mindset culture that provides the opportunity for all of us to rise to our personal best, patients and staff alike. When a crisis is concluded or de-escalated, it is best practice for the team to huddle and debrief.
So we talked, hey, we got this over with, and we was like,
I know, I came and found you later. I was like, I'm so
it's
thankful you guys were there because that was
so it really, with us working together, she talked to him, we escorted, it went so smoothly.
It takes some weight off of us too, which is good.
At the end of any crisis or any situation that you're dealing with at that time, being able to get together as a group in a area where you can have some privacy and go over and discuss the things that you felt like you could have done better?
After a crisis situation, when we're going through the debriefing process with each other, a lot of times people are pretty stressed and they need someone to talk to, so that's really important. And the priority when you first get through it is everybody okay?
Along with challenge comes great purpose in our work. It is deeply meaningful and rewarding.
I always wanted to be a nurse. Was my childhood dream to be a nurse. And so when I came to Central State, I came as an LPN, and I worked 16 years back and forth going to nursing school for an RN. Took a while, but it was done.
I'm a nursing unit manager here at Central State Hospital. I started here 14 years ago actually as a security tech. Transferred to be a psychiatric technician, went to nursing school, became an RN, and I just decided to stay here and never left.
Once I became an RN, I worked as an RN CA for a few years, then I became an RN CV, and now I'm an RNC.
I feel like our job is meaningful because at the end of the day, we're able to help somebody. A lot of our clients don't have a support system. They don't have family and friends that they can call on. So just being there to provide some type of support, talking to them, interacting with them, just is rewarding and meaningful. Patients that we care for, I'd like to see the growth process in the patients, them coming in acute, off their medications and very unstable, with time and the treatment, the right interventions. And we can see the progression and we can see the turnaround in the patient, and it's very rewarding to us.
It makes you feel so good when you come to work in the morning, and I always come through the ward and speak to the patients, and they approach me, and if something bad happened, because we all have bad days, if something happened that wasn't good for them, that they felt was not a good thing, they will come up and approach me and say, and trying to explain what happened, and that this is what happened, and I just want to talk to somebody. I just needed to talk to somebody, and I would say, okay, well, let's go over here and let's talk.
24/7, and it's hard to be here 24/7 and not have anybody to talk to, not have anybody to engage with. So try to put yourself in their shoes, and like Ms. Golson said, you always have good days, you have bad days. It's normal, it's human. So just try not to take things personal. Try to understand where the patient is coming from, and just try to work with them daily.
Supporting individuals and offering choices promotes growth and hope.
I feel like when they are involved in the problem-solving process, it makes them feel like they empower. It empowers them. It empowers the patients when they feel like they are a part of the decision making and solving the problem.
That opportunity to sit with someone when they are in their darkest hour and may have a lot of trouble finding hope for themselves, and to hold on to hope for them and be with them during that time, to me that is the meaningful core and foundation of our work.
As important as our work with individuals is, we also matter. Self-care is an intentional practice that nourishes our own mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical well-being. Although it is simple in theory, it is something that we may overlook if we're not mindful.
Self-care is really important for anyone, but I think especially people who work in the mental health field. It can be incredibly stressful to be a caretaker, no matter what position that you're in. And we can only care for other people if we're taken care of.
Self-care is in regard to a clinician or a staff person, is knowing how to nurture yourself, make sure that you're checking yourself, that you're able to come to work each day and deliver a quality product to the people we serve. So if you're stressed out at work, if you're really challenged at work, if you're sort of struggling, what do you do to make sure that you recharge your batteries and you come back okay, and that you leave okay? That's what self-care is for me as far as staff are concerned.
Yeah, on a day-to-day basis, we always teach our clients to use coping skills to take care of themselves, physically, mentally, emotionally, and I think it's important for us to do it as well. We preach it, so we should practice it.
At Central State Hospital, we also practice community care by checking in on each other and having fun as a team.
Enjoyed working here, I would tell anybody, I would come to Central State to work.
Brought to you by Hope Academy.
Here to help somebody, and
By the time patients come to Central State, they're experiencing symptoms of their illness. Time out.
Goes to their job. It's not an easy job at all. It's not easy to work with the patients that we deal with. So just to know and appreciate and understand that it's an ongoing learning.
I'm going to interrupt you real quick. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I had to focus, and the noise is going to be bad. So can you start over where you were? You were doing great. Just answer it again. Tell like I'm not here. Tell like I'm not here.
Don't say, pretend I'm not here. You stand right there.
come on.
Hold on. Get the words together.
Active listen.
What? I'm trying to think of the name of the sheet we fill out, and I am struggling with it at the moment. Help me out. Take a little break, take a breath. Yes, whatever you need.
Yes.
He over there.
All right. You ready? And scene. All right, we're going to be talking about Tova today. Nervousness, I don't know what. You can cut that part out.